everyone, in this video I'm going to do a screencap study of a scene from Disney's Beauty and the Beast. Beauty and the Beast is one of my favorite Disney movies because it holds a very special place in my heart. When I was a senior in high school, I was in the musical of Beauty and the Beast. I was a part of the ensemble and I played 4 different characters. I played an aristocratic lady, a silly girl that fawns over Gaston, a spoon, and a mom. Being part of an amazing experience was an absolute blessing. And fun fact, my senior year was in 2021. This was during the pandemic. And believe it or not, we actually rehearsed and performed with masks. And the masks that we used were specifically theater masks, which helped with projection. And projection, for those of you who don't know, is when you have to really open up your throat and use your voice and be loud, but not necessarily yell. And the reason why some of us, had to project was because some actors were mic'd, but a lot of us were not, and that was ensemble. Ensemble people do not get a mic whatsoever, but yeah, we had to use our voice, and it was really fun. But what was really hard was that we had to sing and dance at the same time. It's so hard, you run out of breath so quickly, but it was pretty fun. So as you can see in the screen cap, I'm using a scene from the original Beauty and the Beast movie where Belle asks Beast if she can go and see her dad just for a moment because she missed him so much. She spends a lot of time in the castle and she didn't get to see her dad. Beast then shows her his magic mirror that was given to him the minute he became a beast, and that's when he tells her, this mirror will show you anything you wish to see. And I picked the scene because it's at a very significant point in the movie where Beast realizes that he loves Belle and he would do anything to make her happy. If you haven't seen Beauty and the Beast, honestly, you need to go see it. It's super, super beautiful. It's such an amazing movie. And it teaches people a lot about what beauty really is. A lot of people think that beauty is a lot about the outside. But really, this movie teaches us that no, beauty is more on the inside. And I also love that in this movie, Belle teaches Beast how to be kind, how to be good-tempered, and also how not to be selfish, which is how he was at the beginning of the film. My favorite part about the animation of the movie was the fact that they had stained glass pictures, which I think is super cool. I don't think that I feel like stained glass windows are making a comeback. You know what I mean? So yeah. Recently, I also got to go to Disneyland back in October of 2021, and it was my first time at California Adventure where I saw the Beast's library. It was super cool. It looked like the library in the animated movie. I've also seen the live-action movie with Emma Watson, and that movie was pretty cool, But in all honesty, I do prefer the animated movie because it's traditional, it's beautiful, and I feel like the animated movie is one movie that a lot of people have grown up with. One of my favorite characters in Beauty and the Beast would probably have to be Belle. Obviously, she's a Disney princess, she's super cool, but one thing that I love about Belle is her confidence, her bravery, her determination, and the fact that she wasn't afraid of the Beast, which most people, they would be afraid of the Beast. They really, really would. I mean, I would be. But in all honesty, I do wish I had some of Belle's courageousness, which is what makes her different from most Disney princesses. I colored this picture with Tombow brush pens, watercolor brush pens, Sharpies, and permanent marker. And the reason why I wanted to do mixed media was because I wanted to show you guys different art mediums that you can use when it comes to drawing. Oh, and I also used my Posca paint pens for some of this drawing because I needed more color. I also got to use my Arteza Real Brush Pens, which is a product that I don't use much, but whenever I use them, it's so, so beautiful. And the reason why I wanted to use them in this video was because I didn't want to pull out my watercolor palettes. I was pretty lazy, and I'm not gonna lie, I filmed this video at night, and which I don't recommend. I do not recommend filming a video at night, but that's what I did. So the reason why I wanted to use my brush markers was because it covers space pretty quickly, and I also used my Crayola Super Tips on Belle's skin, which is pretty light. I used Sharpie for the fine details like the beast's claws, Belle's face in the mirror, in her hair. I used the Posca paint pens on the mirror. I used it on Belle's hairband in the back. And I used Tombow brush pens on the sky, which is a night sky, and I had like a marine color. So I was able to use that as well. I also used my Sharpie creative markers, such as Tongue Twister, on Beast's outfit, which is just like this royal blue, like bluish color, and I really like it. So when I noticed that I was using like fine tip markers on like really big areas, I realized that this video was going to take me forever, and that's when I decided to pull out the big guns, which was my Prismacolor permanent marker in brown, which is what I ended up using for Belle's hair. Because as you can see, I was using a brown Sharpie, but then I knew it was going to take me forever, so I decided to use my brown marker instead. And I didn't want to bore you guys too much with just watching me color, so that's why I decided to do a voiceover. But I think the product in the end it came out really good. I was really happy about it. I ended up having to redo this drawing because when I was filming it, well, before this video, I already did the drawing and I was coloring it and I was filming, but then I did like a wrong move and the camera kind of fell on my drawing, and I was like, you know what, I can't have that in the video. So I decided to redraw it and then redo it because it's better to redo something than just like leave it like it is. It's kind of like when you do a school project and you end up messing it up, you're like, nope, I gotta redo it because I want to get a good grade. That's kind of how it was. And believe it or not, I didn't actually struggle with picking colors for this drawing because it was pretty easy, it was pretty simple. It was just like blues and brown and yellow and lots and a little bit of silver. By silver, I mean the frame of the mirror. But yeah, I mean, this drawing was pretty easy, and I loved it. Like, I loved the end result, and I hope you guys enjoyed it too. The reason why I wanted to do a screen cap study video was because there's this artist YouTuber called I'm a Wonder. If you guys haven't checked her out, definitely check her out. She is an amazing artist. I see her art on YouTube. She did a screen cap study for Mulan, Sleeping Beauty, and Studio Ghibli films, which, you know, is pretty cool. If you haven't seen those videos, I will put them in the link below. Well, in the description box down below so you guys can check them out. But yeah, definitely check her out. She's amazing. But yeah, she inspired me to do the same thing. I didn't want to copy her in that sense, but you know, sometimes she inspires me. And that's really what inspiration is. When you find something that you like and you're like, oh my gosh, you know, I want to try that, definitely do it. You can be artistic in that sense, but at the same time, you know, you don't want to commit plagiarism. Obviously, do your own thing, but be inspired in a way that doesn't let you copy someone else's work. Now, the animator for Belle, his name is Mark Hen. He's a Disney icon, you guys. This person, Mark Hen, he's an amazing animator. He's the animator behind a lot of Disney classics like The Little Mermaid, Lion King, Beauty and the Beast, obviously, Mulan. He's the one behind all the Disney princesses, like Jasmine, Belle, Mulan, Tiana. He's behind all of them. He started out as an animator in the 1980s. His first animation job was Mickey Mouse for Mickey's Christmas Carol. And then he even worked on Oliver and Company. He worked on The Fox and the Hound. He worked on, trying to think, yeah, all the Disney princess movies that we all know and love. And believe it or not, he actually has not worked on villains yet, and I'm so excited to see if he does decide to work on Disney villains because, woo, that would be fun. But anyway, back to my experience in the Beauty and the Beast musical back in high school. When I went into audition, I'm not gonna lie, you guys. At first, I thought I wasn't gonna get the part, like any part whatsoever. But when I got the call back, and eventually got on the cast list, holy cow! Who knew my life was gonna change within those few weeks and months and days that we were rehearsing? And the first weeks of rehearsal were actually online. Those first few weeks, they were online. And then eventually we all got to go into the theater room and rehearse and put on a really, really awesome show. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. And I'm so grateful to have been a part of that because it's just an amazing experience. Now for Beast's coat, I broke out my Sharpie creative marker in blue because it's a brush tip, and I knew that I needed to fill in bigger areas because obviously Beast's coat is pretty big, and I knew that a fine tip marker was not gonna make it. So yeah, I ended up using that, and it helped me a lot. Like using all my brush tip markers truly saved me in this drawing because this video would have probably taken a million hours. One of the biggest like plot twists in Beauty and the Beast is when Belle tells him, "If you hadn't frightened me, I wouldn't have run away." This is when Beast decides to change his attitude, change his way, his mood, and that's really what catapults the rest of the movie. Beast deciding, oh my gosh, I've been this jerk. I need to get my act together if I want to break this spell. And even the enchanted objects were like, come on, you need to get your act together. If you want to get out of this, we need to do something. Speaking of the enchanted objects, oh my goodness, who knew they were so funny? Lumiere specifically, both in the animated and the live action movie, oh my gosh, he's so hilarious. When I was in the Beauty and the Beast musical, my awesome friend Atticus, he played Lumiere, and oh my god, he played him to a T. He was super fun, super hilarious, and he nailed the French accent, which is something that not a lot of us were able to achieve. That was another thing. In the musical, we had to attempt a French accent. I kind of had it down, but yeah, I kind of failed. One of the things that is hard when replicating a Screencap study is being able to get the colors right, which I don't think I suffered in that sense because I pretty much knew what the colors were. I mean, I've seen Beauty and the Beast like 100 times, and I've seen the colors like what they are. Lots of blues and lots of yellows and a little bit of yellow with a little bit of brown. Like choosing color in anything is pretty important. You want to make sure that not one color overpowers the other. And when you're doing a Screencap study, you also want to make sure that you get every single detail right, because if it's not right, people are going to notice. When I was in the animation building at California Adventure, I got to see like the behind the scenes of all the animation for all the movies, but I really liked the animation for Beauty and the Beast. I mean, each villager like had their own color that represented them, and it was nice, seeing the whole like animation behind all these classic movies. Let me know, you guys, in the comments down below what other screen cap study you would like to see me do next from any movie. Um, I'm still learning how to do it, so please bear with me. But it would be really cool to do other screen cap studies on my channel. So yeah, let me know which one you guys want to see next. If you guys want to see Aladdin, if you guys want to see The Lion King, you name it, I'll try my best to do it. So yeah. Oh, another thing that I don't recommend when doing a drawing is to rush. As you can see, I was kind of rushing towards the end. Well, not towards the end, but like right around the end, because one, it was pretty late. I finished this like at around 9:30, 9:30, I believe. And I was exhausted. I was tired. I just wanted to go to sleep. So yeah, I don't recommend doing what I did in the video. Don't recommend. So for the Crayola Super Tips, I only used it in two parts of this drawing, for Belle's skin, Beast's paws. But yeah. Oh, and as you see, I'm breaking out my metallic marker by Arteza, and this one was in Sleigh Bells. I got this marker in an advent calendar for Christmas a couple years ago, and this was in one of the prizes for the advent calendar. But yeah, what I love about this marker is that it's super metallic, it's super silver, and I love how the coverage is. As you can see, you guys, I had to pause some moments of the video because I didn't want to bore you guys with all the extra drawings, like with all the extra coloring. And finally, we are reaching the end of the drawing. This is me outlining like where the sky is and like where the sky actually hits in the characters. And that's another thing with these screen cap studies is background. What is behind the characters? Is it nature? Is it the sky? Is there statues? Is there trees? That's really important to know. What is the setting of where the characters are? Being able to capture that is pretty important. Now, the reason why I outlined the characters with the marker first before going into the sky was because I didn't want to ruin this drawing, number one. And number two, I just thought that it would create like some sort of shadowing between like the magic mirror, Beast's paw, Belle, of course, and the stars. So yeah, background is another key element in doing a screen cap study. Making sure that you get every single color and every single detail correct is super important. Obviously, outlining it was, pretty easy. I used the brush side of the Tombow brush pen. So, yeah, it was pretty nice, Obviously, with the night sky, it was a darker blue than Beast's coat. And thank goodness for that Tombow brush pen because, yeah. And that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Please like, comment, and subscribe.